What's up, everyone? Shoebooty Sports coming at you Tuesday night per the almost always. I'm Graham Powell on this screen. That's Bradley on the other. Say what's popping, Bradley.
What's popping?
There's a couple of things to talk about, I think, this week, especially in the college football world, SEC in particular. But before we
Yeah.
do that, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor. Shoebooty Sports is presented by Rhino Races. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that offers 5 different races: a 5K, 10K, half marathon, a marathon, and the one of a kind Rhino Ultra. You can sign up for one or all 5 of their races at rhinoraces.com. Run your race at your convenience, track it with your fitness app of choice, screenshot your results as proof of completion, and submit that screenshot to rhinoraces.com under the Submit Results section. Once your results are verified by Rhino Races staff, your award will be shipped to you by mail. Also, check out their gear section while you're there for t shirts, wristbands, decals, and more. That's rhinoraces.com. Rhino Races is the premier virtual running series. You can find us, Shoebooty Sports, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on X at Shoebooty Sports. So Lane Kiffin went to LSU. I don't
That's
think,
where it's where we all called it the whole time, right?
yeah. I
Yeah.
think you said originally Florida, and I thought he would.
I
Go
originally
ahead.
said he was staying put, but I said if he leaves, it would be for Florida because in my
Right. That's
eyes, it was
cool.
more appealing. But yeah, I really felt like he was wanting to beat this narrative that he set up for himself, uh, and not be the flake of a coach that he is. But no, he is full on accepted villain of college football. If this dude was in Star Wars, he would have a glowing red, bright lightsaber and be
He
laughing
would.
about it. Yeah.
Yes, he
I
would.
mean, you got to have your villains. I mean, he's always been kind of easy to hate. But yeah, now it's going to be even easier. But yeah, he'll have his work cut out for him. Because LSU expects you to win within like 2 to 3 seasons. So, uh, yeah, higher the risk, higher the reward, I guess. But yeah, kid, I didn't see it coming. So I know a lot of other people didn't either. But it is what it is.
I don't know if that you didn't see it coming. I just see what was going to happen. I didn't know. I could see it going one way or the other. I said he stays at Ole Miss because he built that program to a level that it was on that tier. It was on that tier of it could win a national championship eventually. They're getting in the college football playoff this year. I mean, it's he just was steadily building. He spent 6 years building it into what it is now. The program had buzz around it. Um, it was known as a lot of offense, flashy offense, and winning games over these last 6 years. His record at Ole Miss is unmatched. It was he did that at Ole Miss. That's impressive. That's very, very impressive. Um, so I thought in today's day and age, in the NIL era, if I mean, look at what was it, Signetti at Indiana? Look what he's turned
Yeah.
them into. He said, "I'm not going anywhere." You can win at other schools now, and I thought Lane had the foresight to see that. But and money wasn't an issue. Ole Miss would have paid him.
Yeah.
It basically came down to where do I have the best chance to win a championship, and it is LSU.
Yeah.
It long term, in the right now, no. But look what Lane did at Ole Miss. If he can do that at Ole Miss and that conference, surely he can do it at LSU, right?
You would think so.
I didn't like the way he handled it.
He never handles anything
Yeah,
well.
I mean, everything he touches is a dumpster fire on the way out. It's never ended well wherever he was. It's never ended well. So at least he's consistent. But of course, I didn't love the way he handled it. But breakups are hard. Have you ever had just a breakup that was just you walked away from it saying, "Man, that went really well," you know?
No,
Exa-
never.
Exactly. The one woman I was engaged to, we we actually did kind of have not really, but for us we had a kind of mutual, we don't think this is going to work, we're going to get divorced eventually, and then we split. But it was nothing but hell and fireworks uh before that. So I mean, it breakups don't end well, they just don't. So I don't, of course he could have handled it better, but it wouldn't have gone well, really, no matter what he would have done, right? And I'm not taking his side on this, but
Apparently, he was trolling for like immediately after on the Juice Kiffin profile. So,
well, and reportedly him threatening to, poach players and coaches. I don't, I don't know how much of that's true. He's denied some of it, is my understanding, but it's been reported. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's ridiculous that he thought he was going to get to coach the team.
oh
It's
yeah,
crazy. That's crazy.
completely stupid. Yeah,
Yeah. Ole Miss, I'm on Ole Miss's side there 100%. Like, okay, no, you're the
100,
LSU coach now.
110%. Yeah,
Yeah, you're the LSU coach now. Go to LSU. You're not the coach here anymore. We're not going to let you be a walking billboard for LSU and give you that much more time to talk some of our players into coming with you. Absolutely
they,
not.
they did the right thing and said, "Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Leave now."
Yes, uh, essentially. I'm 100% on Ole Miss's side um, on this.
Do
Having
they
said
stand it?
that, okay, having said that though, did Lane do the right thing in the like? Of course, he didn't handle it well. He never does. But did Lane do? I mean, of course, it's subjective. Did he do the right thing for Ole Miss? Of course not. But for his career, for whatever he wants to do, legacy wise, goal wise, win a championship, did Lane make the right move in the grand scheme of things?
110%. You, the ultimate goal as a coach is to win a national championship. And everybody knows LSU's got way better odds, even on down years, than Ole Miss ever even thought of.
Yes, it came down to recruiting. You're in as good of a hotbed of talent as you can be in the country, in this country, in Louisiana.
Did you hear how much NIL money they're going to give this guy every year?
A lot. What? What's the
He's
final number?
gonna he's gonna break college football. They're gonna give him 25 mil in NIL money every season. So you're gonna be cleaning up on the recruiting, and then you're gonna be going to the transfer portal and being able to freaking buy anyone you want. We all know loyalty is dead nowadays in college football, and he's about to just break it wide open.
Well, it's college football, but it's professional football with no rules. It's the Wild
Yes.
West.
No cap, no nothing.
Oh, no
Just
salary cap. Uh, yeah, it in the grand scheme of things, yeah, it was the right move. In 5 years, or in 10 years. Now, who knows if Lane will be there in 10 years? Right?
at Alabama.
Yeah, he could be at Alabama. He's gonna do the same thing to LSU eventually. It's just
Yes.
when and what will it
And
be?
it'll be probably at that 5, 6 year mark since that's his usual move. So
But if you get a championship, it's worth it though,
it's,
right?
yeah, completely worth it.
Yeah, if you get a championship, it's worth it. Uh, yes, Lane does have a better shot at winning a national championship in the long run. I'm not talking right now, in the long run and consistently at LSU. He's more likely to be a contender there. If you can do what you did at Ole Miss at LSU, that's going to lead to a serious championship run. I'm not saying they're going to do it, but they got as good a shot as anyone. Uh, the Big Ten, I've said it here plenty of times. The Big Ten is doing a better job than the SEC by a mile on this NIL era and how they're getting players and paying players and dealing with the transfer portal, etc. Uh, but for the SEC, Lane Kiffin is on that level. He is he has figured that out. He's figured out what they figured out at Ohio State, what they figured out at Indiana, and he did that for Ole Miss. He can certainly do that for LSU, and then some. In the grand scheme of things, yeah, it was the right move for him as far as winning a championship. But man, it was ugly, and it was gonna be ugly, but it didn't have to be this ugly. Yeah, I guess is the best way to put it. It was gonna, like I said, no breakup really goes well. um, but it didn't have it, and it was going to be ugly no matter what he did. But it didn't have to be this ugly.
And
But it
what's even uglier is that Ole Miss made the smart decision to promote their defensive coordinator to head coach. That stellar defense that this guy brought, which is basically Arkansas in a different jersey. This guy's going to get promoted to head coach.
they're not that bad, but they're
it's pretty dang tough. Yeah, it's pretty close.
yeah. But the players love him. The players also love John L. Smith at Arkansas, and we saw how that
Yeah,
turned out.
he was. Yeah, he was the number one favorite coach ever.
Yeah,
And all he wanted you to do was smile.
yeah. Well, and some Ole Miss fans right now are in the "we're going to be fine" phase. It's a denial phase that Arkansas fans went through after Petrino was fired. We're going to be fine. We got everybody coming back. Tyler Wilson. They brought in John L. Smith, a players coach, a guy that all the players liked. All the players were tweeting, couldn't be more happy right now. And then they go from 11-2 to 4-8, and then the wheels came off, and it's really just they've had two decent seasons really since. And we'll talk about Arkansas's hire and the other hires and the fiasco going on with the Arkansas hire and prior to that. But
So
play
with
it to
Lane,
get to go back to Lane. I want to ask this: as far as what would you rather have? A championship, or well, we'll just say this: a championship at LSU or a championship at Ole Miss if you're a coach, if you're him.
oh dude, Ole Miss, because you'd be like, oh, y'all think you are good at coaching? I got one at Ole Miss. It's like,
When I think of that, when I think of that, and I ask that, I think of LeBron James. Two championships with the Miami Heat, a championship with the Lakers, but the championship in Cleveland feels like it's worth three times what it is, just because he did it in Cleveland. He did it with a historically bad franchise, and what was his home, not his hometown, but his home, pretty much, just feels like his hometown, being from Akron. Uh, that elevated his legacy tremendously. Had Kiffin done that for Ole Miss, we would still be thinking of him in that positive light that many looked at him with, a few weeks ago. Not even that. Um, but hey, a championship's a championship. He did what he wanted to do, and business wise,
he moved
probably the
mountains
right
at Ole Miss. So
what
said he moved mountains at Ole Miss.
he did.
11 win season.
Never been done before. I mean,
Now,
just look at his record. He did that at Ole Miss. Like, I mean,
now
that's impressive.
Now, with him being gone, do they stand any chance in the college football playoff? Their
No,
offensive coordinator is apparently staying on for the playoffs.
no.
Same here. I think they got a snowball's chance in hell. All them kids' brains are scrambled right now. Their
I
head
think
coach just left
they.
them.
I don't even know who they play. I think they lose first round.
Well, it's either
Uh,
going to be Notre Dame or Oklahoma, is what it's looking like.
even even though it's essentially professional football now, in college, the head coach is the most valuable. Like as far as head coaching goes, it's the most valuable at the collegiate level as far as impact and performance on the field.
I don't know. Patriots might have to disagree with you on that one. Considering their turnaround the last season with Vrabel.
Yeah, with Vrabel, not Bill Belichick.
I'm saying the last guy that was in there didn't do anything with this current roster last year.
Well, it's not really the same roster either, though. I mean,
Yeah,
Drake May is night and day compared to what it was last year.
sure.
Um, yeah, I mean, come on. Barry Switzer won a Super Bowl.
It's true.
I mean, like, come on. I mean, that
I
was a
got to
team
see
that
that Super
Jimmy
Bowl
Johnson.
ring.
Well, yeah. Well, like, how did how did Arkansas do without Petrino? Post Petrino didn't go very well, did it?
Nope.
Uh, and they had Tyler Wilson back, etc. The quarterback at the time. There are other examples, um, but you get the point.
Yep.
It's very it's as valuable as can be at the collegiate level, and you're gonna they've been through a roller coaster themselves, the players, and then you take away your leader, your head coach. Yeah, I think they lose opening round. They're going to come out with a chip on their shoulder, something to prove. It's not going to matter. I mean,
Yeah.
it's you've still got to play eventually. Emotions run out eventually.
They going to get out coached.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Speaking of coaches, should we just move? Should we just cover up the all the American coaches jumping ship to the SEC here real quick?
Did you say the American coaches?
Yeah, the American Athletic Conference coaches.
Okay, I was like, I think they're all American.
Yeah, they're all American. But yeah, AAC coaches. So
I got it now. Okay, American
yeah,
Conference. All right. I was like, what? But yeah, let's dive in. Pick one.
we'll do Florida. We've already mentioned them once. We'll do Florida.
Okay, Florida, or are we starting with South Florida? Let's get that out of the way. Alex Golish was reportedly going to be the coach at Arkansas. I saw it in
Yeah.
our fantasy football league group chat. I was in the bathroom at work when I looked. I was like, "Oh, we got a coach," and I thought it was weird that Trey Shapp was the only person reporting it.
Me too.
Kept refreshing ESPN, waiting. I mean, I know it's Arkansas, but I still thought it deserved a headline. But no, that wasn't the case. And then you hear rumors that Golish was upset that that got
Yeah,
leaked. And before and I was thinking they there's a very good chance they lost him. If they even had him, who knows? Uh,
I never had him, but
Probably not. But yeah, you find out later, you find out Sunday, Alex Golish accepted the Auburn position, which is a better job. But I've said how I feel about the Auburn job. And Ryan Silverfield, the Memphis coach, is now the Arkansas Razorbacks head coach. And what was your initial feeling when you saw that that was the hire?
uh, that my initial feeling was that I'm going to find another football team to follow.
Using one word,
Shit.
disappointed. Yeah, disappointed. That was my first just reaction. My reaction was disappointment, and I could understand the frustration that fans had. I mean, how could you not? It's it was a disaster season. You want your athletic director, who's supposed to be the leader in the athletic department, to make a big splash hire. Realistic, a realistic hire, but you want to have some hope and optimism. And initially, I didn't feel that, and neither did the vast majority of Razorback fans. And many of them still feel that way, I'm sure.
I'll be rooting for the guy. You can't blame him for taking the job, but my initial reaction was we waited this long and this is as good as we got, and we let Bobby P walk for this guy.
Okay, would you rather have Petrino or Silverfield? Like now,
I don't
after
think
what
it's
after what you know now, and
what
I'll
do you
get to
mean what
that.
I know now? Talking
We'll
about him
get to
flipping the in-state recruits,
yeah, and I'll
and
get to
apparently
that.
he's a recruiting magician. I mean, that's great, but are we going to have the money for him to work out in NIL? I think whatever coach that we hired, I mean, whatever coach we would have hired would have been is going to be facing the same struggle. NIL money. It's gonna sink us. The lack of it.
Well, apparently, the football program has gotten a major boost in NIL money. I don't know what the numbers are. This is just what's being told.
Yeah.
And this is coming from Eurocheck. The NIL money is there to be competitive now. That's what is being reported and is being said by Eurocheck and company. And yes, my initial reaction was disappointment, but then it kind of once it settled in, I was at first like, I hate this hire, and then I thought, well, I'm going to give the guy a chance because the first thing I thought, well, his record's at Memphis, nothing great, but it's good. Um, and what stood out to me was think of how the Arkansas Memphis game went. In the first half, it looked like Arkansas was going to completely run away with it, like it wasn't even going to be close. Then halftime happened, and then the second half, one team clearly made adjustments and
Yeah.
the other didn't.
So
And
we have not made halftime adjustments all season.
no, especially while Sam Pittman was there. And Memphis clearly made adjustments that worked on both sides of the ball. Arkansas didn't. I mean, it just completely shifted. So that stood out in my mind. I was like, well, I mean, that's a good thing. And of course, they did beat Arkansas. Not saying much, but still, the halftime adjustments that were clearly made on Memphis's end was something that stood out to me. I was like, okay, the guy can coach a little bit, and then you see what on Monday that yeah, it was yesterday that I see all these top in-state recruits have flipped.
Yeah.
Like four of them, right? Have all just flipped from either like Missouri to Arkansas, one from Miami to Arkansas. It it was impressive for day one. It was.
Yeah.
And the clips I have seen of him talking, Silverfield, that is, of course he's saying all the right things. And I have that in the back. I have Chad Morris in the back of my mind who is saying all the right things early. But there's more. I'm not saying it's going to happen because I don't know. But there is more believability to Silverfield than what I saw with Chad Morris. And there's a real confidence to him that he can get this thing turned around.
At least I knew who this hire was. Whenever they hired Chad Morris, I just said, "Who? Who? Like, did we go pick up somebody off the street? Like, come on." But
Well, I knew who Silverfield was just because he had the Memphis shirt on. I mean, that's the only reason I knew.
yeah.
But the as time has gone on and the more I've heard, the more I don't love it, but I am at least in a okay, he's doing the right things right now. He's he's getting guys and he's not wasting time. And yeah, I'm at the point where it's like, okay, well, let's see what happens. I'm still, I've just been trained to not be optimistic when it comes to the football program or just a Razorback fan in general. I've been trained to not be optimistic, but I am in, well, let's wait and see mode. You're reading
Mhm.
something.
Yeah, I was just seeing where Lane back summer off for the Florida High.
Who cares?
I was thinking it's funny. They're trying to get him to come there, and he's like, you should look at this guy. Don't look at me.
What are you reading that off of? ESPN?
Bleacher Report.
Okay, I was going to say ESPN is still trying to make him the darling uh, coach, which it's like no, he is fully turned. Like he's turned full heel wrestler at this point.
Oh yeah.
This was a chair shot to the back of what was supposed to be his friend and mentor, or whatever you want to put it. Insert heel turn wrestling storyline, and that's Lane Kiffin right now.
Yeah. Turned around, freaking did the Stone Cold Stunner, rock bottom, and people's elbow, just all in one swift move. Walked away.
I think I like the went into the turnbuckle and then dropped the leg on Ole Miss. And then brought Kevin Nash and Scott Hall in the ring and just started high fiving them. He just went full. He went from Hulk to Hollywood in just like that, in a matter of hours. The Saturday night before it happened, I knew before that. I knew before that he was going to LSU. You just knew.
Well,
He's
yeah,
like,
whenever they had another meeting, yeah, he's definitely leaving.
why is he dragging it out like this? And the Saturday night before going to bed, I looked and I was like, he's going to LSU. I saw that the reporter who was reporting it via X was uh, was reporting that he was meeting with the AD and was discussing that they were basically arguing over him wanting to continue to coach the team into the playoff. And I was like, oh well, he's gone. Yeah, he's gone. Like I knew it, but that was confirmation. And then sure enough, Sunday happened. Here we are talking about Lane Kiffin again. Yeah, he can't stay out of the headlines. I was looking at the ESPN app before getting on here, and the top headline was um, LSU's Kiffin to let Weiss Jr. coach Ole Miss in college football playoff. Okay, like I'd say Lane can't stay out of the headlines, and he can't. But ESPN's a little bit responsible for this too, or a lot of it responsible. They wanted to make him the darling of college football. But Ole Miss, they say, rises to sixth in the latest college football playoff rankings. What were they before that? Seventh,
Like, yeah, I think they were like 8.
eight at 11-1. Wow, it's in the SEC. Interesting. Uh, all right. Do we want to go back to the rest of the hires? Let's let's rank let's list the hires in the SEC and then let's rank them. All right. So Lane Kiffin to LSU. I think in their five or six.
Yeah. Lane Kiffin
Kentucky,
LSU.
yeah, Kentucky fired Mark Stoops, and I think
Forgot who they
hired
hired.
well Oregon's offensive coordinator.
That's right.
Don't remember his name. Ole Miss promoting the defensive coordinator to head coach, not the interim tag. They've made him head coach, which surprises me.
Yeah, that's probably at the bottom.
Okay, we'll go back and rank them. Of course, Alex Golish to Auburn, Silverfield to Arkansas, and what's the other?
Summerall.
Okay, Summerall to Florida. He was the Tulane coach.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's rank those 1 to 6. Number one's Lane Kiffin to LSU. I think that's undisputed.
Yes.
He's the best coach, and the best job available is LSU. Yeah, that's number one. Number two, who are we going with? Number two. Yeah, we're just ranking the
I,
SEC
yeah.
coaching
I
jobs.
don't know. I don't know. I go with yeah. I don't know. You could probably just interchange Summerall and ah, fuck
Goalish.
Golish. Of course, I don't know. Florida's luck lately, he's probably not going to work out. So I'd almost say Golish. Then Summerall.
Well, hang on. I'm gonna go Summerall number two because he did do really well at Tulane.
Yeah.
I
He
mean
should be number two. I'm just saying Florida does not have the best luck
and
here,
they and
here
the
lately.
Florida fans aren't happy about it either. Apparently, they're apparently
Yeah.
upset with this hire. But I'm still going Summerall too. I mean, they won rings plural at Tulane. I mean, conference and all that, but I mean, they got rings at Tulane. So yeah, I got Summerall too. I'll put guy Golish in there at three, just because he was highly he was very beloved as the OC at Tennessee, and he turned South Florida around in impressive fashion. It's a good hire for Auburn, but I mean we'll see how it goes. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he could do well at Auburn and still get fired just because it's Auburn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll take Golish third. Okay, four. Who are we putting in at four?
I'll put in the Memphis guy.
Silverfield four. What are the other two? I mean, I know
The
Mississippi.
defensive coordinator that's now the head coach from Ole Miss and whoever Kentucky hired.
Okay, yeah, okay. Oregon's offensive coordinator. That's pretty good. I would even
They have head coaching experience.
look at, yeah, but they've done really well at Oregon. I'll put him above Silverfield. I'll take
Okay.
that high because that's a good hire right off the bat.
Yeah.
Like after losing Stoops, I'll insert him at four. I'll throw Silverfield at five, and really from Golish to Silverfield and
It's
in
a toss up.
between, it's kind of
Toss up.
interchangeable. You don't really know that they can work out, they can not work out, they can end up being great, they can end up being terrible. We don't know, but really those three are interchangeable.
Yeah. And I hope I'm wrong about Silverfield.
Absolutely,
I
of
hope I'm
course.
120% wrong about him. I really hope he works out. It was just not, hey, we're going to make a big splash hire, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's going to be talking about it. Yeah, everybody was talking about it, just in the wrong way because it was like throwing a toothpick into the ditch. There was no splash, no splash at all.
There
So,
wasn't, but he is doing everything right 2 days, 3 days in.
yep.
Things are there's something to be optimistic about. Um, I'm not saying go full optimism here. I'm not there, and I won't be until they start
Okay.
actually winning games. But as he himself, I think, put it, I can't go win a game right now, so I'm gonna just do what I can to build the best roster that I can possibly build. And again, he's saying and doing all the right things, and he flipped four of the top in-state recruits on day one.
Day one.
That's impressive.
How did he? I mean, yeah, how did he do that?
I don't know, but he did it. He did. Now some were had he a couple had decommitted from those schools that they had previously committed to, but he got them on board on day one to come to Arkansas for to play for a program that was a disaster this season, a complete disaster, and has been wildly inconsistent over the last decade. So that's impressive. Um, so putting Silverfield at 5 in our rankings, of course, the Ole Miss DC, we got dead last. Um, but that's not a knock on him. Like I said, I mean that could be bumped to he could be bumped to as high as 2. If he ends up performing on the field or getting wins on the field, that could be completely reversed. Um, but yeah, I hope I'm wrong about him. There's reason to be optimistic, but if you're a Razorback fan, of course you're in wait and see mode as you should be. But he's doing all he can right now, and that's all he can do. So give him a chance, and we'll see what happens.
Well, I may be adopting Missouri as my team for the next 2 seasons just so I can watch somebody win. So,
Well, it's not going to be Missouri for me. Um, yeah, I'm not going to root for them. Come on, you can find somebody better than that. Come on. I mean, I know you live close to them, but come on. Well, really, you don't live close to where the UM is, but close to Missouri. Um, all right, we'll get out of here on this. Is it going to work for Lane and LSU? Is it going to be successful, or is it going to be Brian Kelly 2.0?
something is going to happen. Injury, something. He's not going to get the championship. I don't know. He either don't get the championships in 3 seasons and he's gone, or this guy's winning back to back to back championships in the next 4 years.
I don't. He's not winning 3. Ohio
With
State's going
that
to have one
NIL
second.
money, he can do it.
I'll go to now. I thought if Les Miles and Ed Orgeron could win a championship at LSU, I thought for sure Brian Kelly would. But Brian Kelly was never a good fit for LSU, coming in with the fake Southern accent, doing the goofball, dancing with the players on the, everything in between on TV, whatever you want to call that. But I'll say, I'll say Lane has success at LSU. He's too good of a coach. That's a lot of
I don't see
NIL
how he
money.
doesn't have success.
I don't see how he doesn't either. Not rooting for him, but I think he'll get it done at LSU. Whether that means championships, yeah, he'll probably get one, but I do think he'll have success at LSU. On that note, we're out of time, so we'll see y'all next week, but surely we'll have more to talk about. I don't know if it'll be this juicy next week, but we'll see. But until then, I'm Graham Powell.
Or the Brown.
See y'all next time. Deuces, y'all.
Peace.